Hey guys, welcome to the SpiritTiff Podcast. I want to tell you about some of my events that I have coming up. October 28th, I'm going to be at the Alley Theater with my good friend Dustin Perry. He's going to be talking about his stories of being in the paranormal, and I'm going to be bringing through your spirits. October 29th, I'm going to be at Framingham's Halloween Farm Festival doing a gallery reading. You can find me November 3rd in Hanover doing a charity event. November 7th, I'm going to be back in Framingham at the Serendipity Place doing a VIP gallery reading. November 22nd, I'm going to be at Dawn and Gigi's in Attleboro. This is dinner in spirits, so you get a 3-course dinner and I get to bring your loved ones in spirit through. I am so thrilled to bring this podcast to you. I'm going to be having a revolving door of many friends coming through, adding to my podcast as co-hosts. We're going to be talking all things life and what's going on. I'm going to have my friend Mark Dunn on. We're going to talk about Halloween and facing our fears, being able to align ourselves, mind, body, soul, going through what works for us. We have to sage, Mark.
No, we don't. We're
no,
fine.
we have to sage.
No, you probably do have to sage me, actually.
We have to sage. We have to sage the entire house. It's the energy. No, but you've heard of saging, right?
Yeah. I mean, I do it every day. I have to sage myself, usually.
Well, it's good saging yourself, saging the room, saging your house. Like, so many people don't even know how to do it correctly. And
really?
Yeah. Some people will just, is it still lit?
I mean,
I
feel like people,
they just hold it like this.
It looks like a joint.
Well,
no, I love it because it really is like, it has like healing properties, but it also like kills.
It clears all energy. So, but the thing is when you sage, you have to go through every nook and cranny of your house. So
like even these little corners.
Everything, yes. Some people just think if they just hold it and it's good to go. Nope. But yeah, so that's why we sage. And you can sage if it's a new house. You can sage if you think you have paranormal activity, some spirits in the house. So
there's a lot of spirits.
Lots of spirits.
And it is spooky season.
It is. It is.
Do you think more spooky, like when the spooky season comes up, more people come out of like the woodwork for you? Is that what happens?
You know what? It's so funny because I was just saying that today. Once it's October 1st, I get inundated with so many people that want readings. Yeah, and I don't know if it's because of the holiday, Halloween, as we all know, or if it's just something that is, I don't know if it's maybe because it's like coming up on the other holiday seasons or what.
But is it like people that you never thought would ever reach out, and all of a sudden it's like, the basics are here.
Yes. Yeah.
The pumpkin spice latte's here. I gotta get my Tiffany reading, and then you'll never see him in like 5 more years.
But you know what though? I love it because I fit into that mold too.
Yeah.
You know,
me too.
Right away I'm such a sucker.
Hello.
Oh, and I wanted to match. I thought for sure I had pumpkin Halloween
spice lattes.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
But how many of us fall into that, right? Like,
I know.
I get so excited.
Easy.
I just stocked up.
It.
I do too. It's so good. And then it's like,
so cozy.
What are we going to wear for Halloween? What are we going to do? You know? So
did you always like Halloween growing up?
No, actually, I was so scared. I was so scared. It was probably because spirits were always talking to me, and I had no idea.
Really?
So I was scared to sleep alone, so I'd always crawl into my mom's bed consistently till I was like older. Not like weird old, but like a little bit older.
No, I think I slept in my mom's bed till I was like a kid, which is not really appropriate.
Right, but
you get the fuck out of this bed.
Exactly. But I did it, and then once I realized that I was communicating with spirits, it was like, oh, it all comes together. And the cool thing is that it was, I ended up I still have trouble going into the haunted houses, but I can actually go into the legit haunted houses. So like
people who are like dressed up like a mummy,
right? Like the actors type of haunted houses. It still freaks me out, and I get so nervous.
Oh my God, I hate it so much. We just went to one in Fall River, and I almost was like, I didn't want to do it. It's just like so scary.
But it's like that urge of like, I gotta go, and then you go, and you're like, okay, yeah. What's the next house we get to go to?
I know.
You know.
I know. Now I'm like, let's go to the. I know. Actually, we were invited again, and I don't want to do it. It's like in a field somewhere. But I can't be
But
like
I'll go
scared,
with you.
though.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
But then there's like the jack-o'-lantern, like, oh, how'd your head?
It just scared. It's like I know that they're fake, but it's like the jolt part.
But you know what? Grab your black tourmaline, right?
Right. You get
Which is
tourmaline. You got your. I don't know.
But energy
Everything.
goes like wherever that intention goes.
I think I
You
did
know?
wear my tourmaline actually.
To my house?
No.
Oh.
To the haunted house, I wore the tourmaline because I was like, I don't know. But okay, so people who are dressing up like this, they're obviously murderers. Like,
No! Oh my gosh. No.
like
but
if you
I
want to
definitely
scare
think,
people like that, don't you think like they want a little more?
well, it's a whole genre. People like that's one thing that people actually do is like I think they're called haunters.
Yeah, but isn't that weird?
They cosplay as like haunters, and they love it. It might be weird to you, but there's some. It's like people that dress up as, comic book or
I guess it would be
anything
fun to
else. It's
scare
just
people
fun,
for a living.
right? If I had like a really good makeup artist to like throw some really like, I wouldn't just my
Just like,
skills.
hey Tiff, what are you up to this Friday? Oh, I'm just like, I just like a mirror picture of you like putting black eyeliner on and like goblin face. You're like, just heading out, gotta get gas first.
I was the kid. I'm so bad at that stuff. I was the kid that had like the black leotard. Actually, this outfit, the same outfit, and
so
I
cute.
had the black
Oh,
kitten nose.
the cat nose.
Yeah,
And the lines.
in the lines by my face makeup, and then I
So
had little
cute.
cat ears, and I was like,
That's
I'm ready.
it.
I'm ready to party Halloween. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. So as an adult, I would be doing the same thing. If I had a makeup artist, I think it would be amazing because then
Yeah.
I'd really go all out. Like
Like, what would you? So, if you could pick one crazy goon in that little haunted house, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's so many, but
Like
I
the
would
creep
be,
in the kitchen that's like cutting the human flesh, or
I would probably be, yeah. I would definitely be something where if you looked at me, you would have no idea if
it was Tiffany Rice's.
yeah,
favorite,
none. I would love to dress up like that, and actually, I would do it. I would like to be a haunter. I'm
Wait,
saying
should
it
we
right
do
now.
it?
We should. Wait,
We should do it for like a night.
I would love to do that. How do we do
have
that
to find
though?
someone who has a haunted house. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's the next
Wait, I'm
next act.
down.
That would be
Okay,
awesome.
now I had to fix my fear by doing it. Right? Is that what happens
Yes.
with fear? You have to face your.
And you're
freaking
with me.
fears.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong if you're with me.
No, it's true. That's how I felt like at the Conjuring house when we were at that. Like you
Mm-hmm.
were doing amazing readings, and I felt like secure. Like I knew it was. I felt weird things happening, and there was one particular room I felt like this weird rush of energy, and like I felt like my head was in a washing machine. But then I kind of was like, okay, and I looked at you, and you're like, it's okay, we got this. And then it felt clean.
It's that intention.
So how do you
my-
do that? Like, what is it?
It is all about intention. Because some people ask me, like, I used to go to Lizzie Borden's house a lot and do events there, and now I'm at the Conjuring house a lot, and people are always asking, are you scared? How can you control
Yeah.
it? Because you have to set
So
your healthy
scary.
boundaries when it comes to dealing with any type of energy. So I go in there
Mm-hmm.
before any event. It's so true.
It's like not just the
Right.
spirit world.
Office, when you go into work, when you go into whatever it
husband,
may
wife,
be. Yeah,
dogs,
relationships. It's setting that intention.
Landscaper.
You have to be able to put it out there where you're like, okay, I'm setting my intentions for my highest and greatest good, surrounding myself with white light. That's what I say to myself because I feel like that gives me some peace and calm. And then,
It's so true.
if we want to talk about our loved ones in spirit, I always call on to my dad because I know my dad is in spirit and I know that he's never going to let anything bad happen to me. So
Oh, that's a good way.
So you
you kinda
whatever
own in
works for
on
you. Yeah.
yourself.
Some people carry black tourmaline. Some people, might say a prayer, but so it's whatever is good for you. And again, that works in everyday life. Like you're getting ready to go into the office. You're getting ready to do a big meeting. You're getting ready to see your in-laws. Like,
So okay, so if I have my first date or something. No, I'm not going on a date, but if I was, I'd be like, okay, spirits, come to me. I need your help, and just imagine them kind of coming through you, and just be my power, and then you do it.
well, I would say I'm setting my intentions for my highest and greatest good.
Right.
I would surround myself with white light for love and protection, and I call on Archangel Michael, who is the protector of all angels, to help me
that.
along with my path. And then to add a little extra,
Oh, Michael.
the little extra spiritual side, I call him my dad who passed away, to say, okay, Dad, help me out in this situation. I know you're going to guide me in the right direction. So
That's so helpful.
It is.
A lot of people don't do that.
They don't, but it's so easy. It just took me, what, like 30 seconds to say something like
Literally.
that? Yeah.
I feel like people rely on a lot of other people to give them direction rather than
Oh,
themselves.
once you allow yourself to let go of other people's opinions and validations and know that you're receiving your own validation and let go of that outcome, everything else seems to just flow for you. But it's so hard. I can sit here and say it, but then you have
I
like,
know.
I'm a human too, you know,
I
like, and
know.
I struggle with that.
So do you feel like in relationships and with your friendships and they come for your advice from you, like, because we all goes up, there's so many ups and downs in relationships. Like it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot for you.
it
It's
is.
a lot for like friends to take on. It's a lot for your spouse or like you are
Yep.
in sort of relationships when they're coming to you for advice. Like let's say someone calls you for advice and you're doing a meditation with them. I mean, it's a rough road out there.
Oh
So,
my
like,
gosh, it's
what-
such a rough road. Well, when you're dealing with other people in general, here's the thing. When you're dealing with humans as opposed to spirits, right?
Right.
Spirit doesn't have that ego. So that's
It
why.
is literally the inner saboteur that is the devil.
Yes. That's why.
That's the fear and that's the evil eye or like the evil. I don't believe in like a physical devil or whatever, but like I do believe that things can be on the bad side of things.
Right.
And I think that the ego feeds off it.
Right.
And the ego is actually that is what
That's why.
the bad is, right?
Right.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, it's true. Like our ego brings out us the doubt. It brings up the insecurities. It brings up the jealousy. It brings up all of this stuff. And so when people come to me for readings, I always say it's not what you may want to hear, but it's always what you need, because that ego is now removed and they're able to say everything that they may have wanted to say. But because of their ego, they may not have been able to say it.
So you're just removing that for them because I love that. I actually didn't notice you said
Well,
that
I
a
don't.
lot.
I don't remove it. Spirits.
They're not gonna
They don't
put
have the
attention
ego.
on it.
Yeah, the ego's gone. The ego's here when we're here. That's why everything's so difficult. So when we're
Yeah.
dealing with whether it's a friendship, relationship, partnership, whatever it may be, that's why it's hard, because we can only have control over our own personal energy and our personal space. So we have to do our best to be accountable and do the self-work and the healing, because we all have it. I mean, you could have
Isn't accountability like
Oh my gosh, that's another episode.
Like, think about
that's another.
Kanye.
You know, no, you know what? We're
cut
gonna
that.
talk about that in the next episode, because
I
that's
feel
like
accountability
unleashing.
is its own. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, whoever's listening now, listen to the next one. We're gonna talk, because that's a whole. Like
know.
let's talk. We'll get into that.
Right here, we're talking about fear and like.
We're talking
ego.
about like Halloween now.
Yeah, that's right.
Trick or treat.
Fear.
Trick
Straight fear.
Straight up fear. What are your fears? Let's talk about that. You know what?
Oh my God, I hate I love the ocean, which is where I was in the Coast Guard. I love the ocean, but something about being stuck in the middle of the ocean
That's
freaks me
scary.
out, because I know that there's just it's like almost like your subconscious.
It's endless. Yes.
It's like representation of the subconscious. Like that's what I feel like. Like I feel like that's
that
they're
just
like
popped out.
coming hand in hand, because it's you can't even. No.
No, the reason why I'm shuffling cards is because you're right. Like
Ooh, we're gonna pull some cards.
we're gonna pull some cards. That's what I want to do. I
Yes,
want to
let's
pull
pull
cards because
one.
I'm like, let's see. So this episode we've
Okay.
been talking about like Halloween and reminiscing about our childhood, talking about how fear plays a part,
It's a
big
huge
part,
part.
you know. So let's pull a card.
I mean, like romanticize fear sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes we get addicted to the chaos of the roller coaster.
Okay, that's another accountability.
Another,
thing, right?
yeah. No, next episode coming in hot. Okay, but the reason why I'm going to have you pull a card for
Okay,
this
let's
episode.
pull cards. This is fun.
Yes, I'm going to have you pull a card because these are cards of just kind of like, it's not just, I'm going to say it's just the energy.
Wait, should we show
like,
the cards?
oh yeah. the
Angel cards.
Angel cards. But this is the energy of I feel like what our conversation is all about today.
I love it.
Okay, so let's...
What's the theme?
Yeah, the theme of it.
So what do we have to do when we're pulling a card? Like, should we say...
I always say I set my intentions for my highest and greatest
Okay,
good.
so we're
Show me
setting
what I need
intentions
to
for
know.
Greatest and highest good.
Yeah.
Show us what we need to know. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay, so I know my shuffling skills are definitely not that great, but
It gets the job done.
I don't even have a table to set it up on, so I'm doing it like anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay.
So I just
Okay, just go with whatever you want.
I usually
Whatever you
just
want.
kind of like
I'm closing my
let
eyes.
the spirit come through.
Let the spirit go. What's it telling us? All right.
Oh, I love
What?
that. Great sadness, take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. Yikes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
I
here's
feel like
the
I
thing.
didn't get this card last time.
But
Which makes sense. Ooh,
oh my gosh, 3 of air.
just threw
Didn't we? We kept pulling that
yes.
card.
So it's back.
So it's back. So it's like all about that deep healing, which kind of goes into consideration of what we were talking about with that fear. And I think that this card, for the people that are listening to this episode right now, it's speaking to them too. Because
totally.
as a collective, we're all...
We're doing it as a collective. We're not doing it just me.
exactly. So I'm just going to repeat it again.
Yeah.
It's 3 of air. Great sadness. Take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. So guys, if you are listening to this right now and you're just kind of feeling like you are blocked, or you're going through the grieving process, just know that even though we can never let go of the grief it's learning to live with grief. We are going to go through the ebbs and flows, and it's okay to allow yourself to be gentle with yourself. So many times, just like you were saying before, Mark, there were so many people that were like, well, not so many people, but you were saying a lot of people worry about the opinions of others,
Yes.
and it dictates everything. That goes along with grief, and grief doesn't necessarily mean a passing. It could mean a release of a friendship, a breakup, or even like switching careers. You know, you go through those
so
feelings.
true.
So it's okay to go through those feelings. So guys, if you're listening to this today, this is your sign to just say, you know what, take a step back and allow yourself the moment to just hold space for yourself and do something that you enjoy, that brings you love and gives you a little bit of guidance and maybe a little bit of therapy to give you some insight of what's going on.
That's so true. Like you're allowed to hold space for sadness. Like sadness isn't bad. It's
Yeah.
actually a release. So you want to take that time to be sad and then forgive yourself for whatever happened and then try to get through it and move forward.
Right. So it's just...
That's so true because you're right. Like it's not just about passing.
Right.
Like someone doesn't need to pass, or it doesn't have to always be about that. There's so many losses that we have in life that are... It's upsetting. So
today's story, talking about fear through Halloween, it's also about allowing yourself to be gentle with yourself as you go through the healing process.
Oh, so true. Okay, your turn.
Oh, you want me to pull a card? Okay, let's switch things around
Did you
here.
see that? See what I just did there, y'all?
Okay.
I'm a sassy
What am I
one.
gonna get? What am I
I'm
gonna
a
get?
Sassy. All right. I also can't shuffle, so.
No. Guys, what do I need to know? What do I need to know? I'm nervous. Mark, I'm so nervous.
I know, you're
I'm
fine.
nervous.
You're fine.
I'm nervous.
You can do this.
Okay,
you can do
okay.
this.
Knight of air. Knight of air.
Air, yes.
Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. Okay, so
whoa.
here's
That's a
the
heavy one.
amazing thing, guys. When you allow yourself to be gentle with yourself and take your time to do the healing work, you're going to be totally moving very quickly when you start focusing in. When you start focusing in on yourself and doing the healing work on yourself. So it all just comes into play.
I love that.
Yeah.
So good.
So, I mean, I think, I'm not even going to say I think. So that's the cards. I love doing the cards because it just kind of gives us that clarity.
Yeah, it's just
And-
like a little, it's like a help from friends.
It really is.
With
It
no
really
ego
is.
involved.
No
That's the
ego.
thing.
That's the thing. Do you like how I just repeated everything you said?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. So wait. So as we're talking about the fear and how Halloween brings up like
Oh God.
kind of like our fear and things like that, let's make it a little bit lighter. What's your favorite treat? I was gonna say trick, but I'm gonna say why?
Treat?
Yeah.
I'm a cookie person, but they don't. Oh, peanut butter cups, obviously.
Really?
Those are my favorite.
Those are good.
Or anything with like chocolate and peanut butter. It's just like, I don't know, the mixture.
The combo?
But they don't have like Nutella. People don't put out Nutella. They give like, I mean, like a Butterfinger girl or a peanut butter girl.
You know what?
Are you more like a candy or are you more like a chocolate?
Well, okay. So I love peppermint patties are my go-to.
Really?
Yeah.
The mint?
Yes.
Okay.
Peppermint patties are my go-to.
That came
I
out
love
of
it.
left field. I was not expecting that at all.
But I also love Twix.
Twix. They still have Twix?
Yes. Yes. And then my mom always gets Kit Kats, so now I'm kind of obsessing over Kit Kats.
My mom's a Kit Kat.
Right. But
And
now
like Twizzlers. It's
but
so
now
random.
but now I get it.
Oh.
Because I feel like I'm turning into my mother.
Well, because you are.
Yeah.
And so am I.
Yeah.
Except I'm not a Twizzler. I don't like Twizzlers.
No, I don't like it so much either. I used to, but
Yeah.
and do you like having do you eat candy for breakfast?
No, I hate candy.
No, but I'm saying it's a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh, I just feel like it's not candy.
Oh.
I feel like it's dessert.
All right.
No, no. I can't do that for breakfast. I have to do like, I'll have like a million snacks before bed. I'm like,
I'm like a
goblin.
I'm a night eater.
Yeah, I'm a night goblin.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to eat all the
Yeah.
chocolate before bed.
I get it.
It's bad.
Well,
really
you know
bad.
what? Here's the thing. Oh, I just thought of another
just
topic
like,
we need to talk about
Oh God, what?
for the season. Ghosting. Ghosting. Yes. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
We have
that's
to,
gonna
we have
be.
to ghost.
We have to. Yes. So okay. So we talked about the treats. We talked about our fears. We talked about being gentle with ourselves. I feel like we've covered so much, but
We really have.
you know, we add a little touch of spirituality, which is what I want to do, and I'm so happy that you
That
could be
was so
part of this
fun.
with me.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I think we've already just talked about a couple more shows talking about
Yes.
accountability and ghosting.
Ghosting, accountability. Well, relationships are always going to be a part of it.
I know.
Forgiveness.
And how spirituality plays a part in all that stuff.
And this is just the beginning.
It's just
We're
beginning.
just going to like tap on everything.
Yeah. So guys, have a good day today. We're going to have an amazing day. If it's the end of your day and you're listening, I hope you had an amazing day.
Yes.
And you guys are amazing. Remember, we're never truly alone.
We're never truly alone, babes.
Bye.
Bye.